So they say 2021, we're going to have to go through it slow and things might not open up, so there might not be any places to perform. So we kind of came up with a great idea. We could have a dancer come and be on the webcast and perform a dance.
Oh, that'd be perfect.
And then we'll send it out into the World Wide Web.
That would give some instruction and some, if somebody wants to kind of test it out, then they know how to get a hold of us too.
We could get to know who the dancer is. We could ask him things we've always wondered, like, hey, I've seen you around for the last 25, 30 years.
Tell me about yourself. And there's plenty of people to talk to.
Yeah, oh my gosh. I think we have like 20 years worth.
At least.
If we have to do one at a time for the social distancing. Yeah, I mean, we are claiming to be the head of the pack belly dance troupe, trying new things, avant-garde. And we better do what we say. Try something.
Back it up.
And at this point, I don't care what I'm doing now. Last year, we're like, what are we going to do? What can we do? Let's have a fundraiser. Coronavirus. Let's keep going. Don't ever give up. Even if it was just a few people.
You did all the footwork, but figured out a way to do it that we were able to pretty much social distance. Everybody had their temperature checked. They wore masks.
Yep.
So, and it was a smaller venue. We only had 50 people. So it was perfect.
And it was still successful.
Yeah, and we didn't hear of anyone having any cases afterwards, which was great.
And you and your son did help too. I mean, everybody came to help, and then
fun.
We had it outside.
Yeah.
We earned over $650. I forgot the exact for the Christmas box house. And we want to do that again.
Although, I don't know that I loved it being in August.
That was a little sweaty.
The hard part.
My hair was a little bit. I was like, you know what? Entertainment is entertainment, and the costume idea at the last minute.
That was like so hot having the costume on, but the misters did help.
Let's build it up.
Heck, we have to have smaller shows like where 20 people are the max or 50 people. Let's still do it. It's still exposure. It's still doing what we love to do.
It is.
And getting a few people out of their comfort zone to come out and do it with us.
Oh yeah, that's the best thing, out of the comfort zone. I mean, this is completely uncomfortable.
Absolutely. Day after Thanksgiving, what do? You have a podcast.
Just out of the blue.
Out of the blue.
Brand new. Boy, we're going to edit the hell out of this. I think it's supposed to be like 10 minutes long. I'm not even sure. That's it. We're going to have to think of an outski thing to say when we come back on our next one.
Shimmy on, people. Shimmy on.
Shimmy on. I'll think of one of my own. Welcome to the podcast. This is 6 Degrees of Belly Dancer with Sandoval and Tony. Sandoval is, of course, myself, Shasha, and my friend Tina B. We're both belly dancers, and we're also age ranges.
25, 23, 17.
Wow. Okay, and I have 3. Mine range 26, 20, and 9. I almost forgot. Anyway. Yeah, besides being a mom, I'm also a house manager and a mechanic, and I work part-time at Jiffy Lube. And Tina is a hair colorist, hairstylist, and has recently been rebranding her business name. And she's also a stroke survivor who started belly dancing again, and real excited to do this podcast with me and Tony. And Tony is my old school friend from Carbon High School. I went to Carbon High School in 10th grade and met Tony Sandoval, and we both know the same crowd of friends from Carbon High, so that's pretty cool. But Tony is transmitting to us from Sacramento, California. Wow. And he is a father to a teenage daughter. How old is she again?
She's 8. Well, actually, she turned 19 this year. So, yeah.
Nice. And married for 17?
Yeah, 17 years we've been married. We've been together for about 18. Yeah, just bought a little house out here and living the life, you know. I work I work for Dignity Healthcare, which used to be a part of Sisters of Mercy Hospital or Catholic Healthcare West, as a sterile processing technician. So like when a surgery is done, they give me all the equipment, you know, I spray it off, I clean it, I make sure that it's ripe and sterile and ready to go for the doctor again for the next case. So.
Yeah, I just wanted to introduce you as my really cool friend with a super huge vinyl record collection. He and a praiser of such rare and dark vinyl music and rock band memorabilia. Correct. That's his thing. This is Tony's thing. It's what he does.
Correct.
Yep. Yeah, we're really lucky to have him because you're the only one here with broadcasting experience. Thank you, Tony. He has like a radio station at his house.
Yeah,
so he's going to force us along this journey.
Yeah, you know, it was great for a while, man. I had a blast doing it. I just wish it would have been legal. You know, I mean.
Oh my gosh, it's even more fun.
Yeah.
It's like pump up the volume.
Right, but you know, and it's not as easy as the guy on the show makes it look. Okay, like how could people not see his antenna? You know, I mean, because you got to get it up there pretty high, and if you don't, it's gonna bleed into your neighbor's house. You know, they're gonna be wanting to make a piece of toast and hearing your voice come out of the toaster because the bleed is just going everywhere. So, you know, you got to have a pretty tall antenna. And that guy didn't have nothing on top of his house. So I'm sure he was getting sick bleed, but scaring all of his neighbors. Yeah. And, you know, really, like, they really like that movie. As far as that movie is concerned and Pirate Broadcast, he had a bunch of extra stuff on his desk that you really didn't need. And so, you know, I think they added all that for effect, you know, to make it look like he's this, you know, crazy mad scientist when really all you need is 3 boxes and an amplifier. You know, it's like, okay.
That's what I said. Yeah, Tony. I said, Tony, Tina's my supporter. Sweet. Yeah, she's helping keep this group alive. So Sandoval, Belly Dance Troops, we meet. And it's more than just coming together to create. We come together and we share our stories. We all have different lives and we talk about all kinds of different things and our friends. And we're just going to do a spin-off of that into a podcast. But we kind of want to have this podcast for fun to showcase our belly dance friends and artists, our regular friends, their friends. 6 degrees. Look it up. Right? I don't want to get into that. 6 degrees. But yeah, we just want to showcase our guest talents, their business, artwork, music, upcoming events, all kinds of things. You know, that way we get to know more about them and hear some of their stories. And it's raw humanity to help share these stories and just see how we connect in the world. Can you add some bong bubbles there?
I can.
Okay, cool.
Well, I could add whatever you want, wherever you want. So,
what's going on? What's happening? Any talking for a minute?
Today, nothing for me except for some yard work. I'm trying to get the yards ready for spring coming around. I always have a huge garden, and yeah, been looking forward to that.
What kind of garden? Like a vegetable garden?
So I do vegetables. I do certain flowers, like I'll grow lavender. I have a couple grapes, banana tree, and then the rest is cannabis.
Love California.
Don't you though? I mean, some, you know, you talk about California, man, and I mean, there are times where this place just sucks, and I just wish I could go back to Carbon County and forget that this place even exists, you know. But there's just some days here you're just like, oh my God, you're sitting on the freeway. It's 120 outside. The traffic's not moving. It's just like, and
well, then there's that California.
And
the traffic.
We have an overabundance of homeless people now. People who've either been evicted because of COVID or whatever, and so we have these huge camps popping up all over town. And I mean, we're talking full on tents.
Like Portland or something.
Right. Oh, dude, it's. I mean, they're all along the light rail.
The airport, the viaduct over there on North Temple.
Yeah.
We've got a tent city under that now in Salt Lake. Can you believe that? Salt Lake's not even known for that.
No, right.
Yeah.
I mean, wow. Wow, I did not know that.
And it's starting to move further south into the valley.
Yep.
Shit, you can't go to San Francisco without tripping over somebody laying on the street, man. It's getting bad there.
Wow.
One time, me and my wife were coming out of the Warfield Theater after seeing Skinny Puppy play there, and we come outside, and
nice.
sitting there gonna smoke a bowl, and 3 feet away from us, I look over, and there's a guy squatting down right on the sidewalk, man, taking a shit. I was like, oh my God, is this really happening?
Wow. Jerry Garcia, huh?
Dude, oh
wow.
Man, he was filthy too, man. And I know he didn't have any toilet paper. I just seen him with a dirty sock in one hand and squatting in the other, man. I mean, it was it's fucking gross.
Oh man.
Oh wow.
That is not good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna donate extra socks this year.
Oh my God. But so yeah, and I think that there's this perception of the blue state and the red state, and really it doesn't make any difference to me. I think pretty much most politicians or exactly what does helping the homeless do for them, kind of a situation with both parties. And so so I usually just try to stay in the middle, mind my own damn business, but I guess this is about 10 minutes in. What do you say we take a break, guys?
Okay.
And this is Tony Sandoval telling you to spade and neuter your gimps and eat your cereal with a fork.
Hi, I am Tina Beckstead. I'm a hairstylist located in Sandy, Utah. My phone number is 801-867-6105. You can find a sample of my work at www.tinabeckstead.com. I would love your support, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.
Hello, welcome back to 6 Degrees of a Belly Dancer with drunk me, Shasha, my friend Tina, and of course Tony in Sacramento, California. So this podcast, number 1, it's a little rough start, but Tina, you are our featured guest.
Oh well, maybe she could do a little something with this. I don't know. I mean, this is.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, what do you do with that?
We can have fun.
Tony, you've got hella dreads there.
And
how long are those, by the way?
They go down to my knees.
What?
Wow.
Yeah. So, I always get people asking me, "Is that your real hair?" No, man, I just thought I'd go for the homeless look this year. What do you mean my hair? I'm going to get...
clip on?
Come on, man. Do I look like the guy that gets extensions?
How long have you been growing them?
This is 25 years.
Wow.
I haven't seen him over 30. Like, last I saw him was your mullet, for real.
My mullet. Remember? And I had that gray Jeep truck that... It had the stupid Rancho sticker on the back. Remember?
Yeah, I remember you pulling up at high school. You were playing Sepultura when I came in. I was like, okay, I think I found the right crowd. I remember that.
Yeah, that sounds like me.
Well, yeah. So let's just ask her when she started belly dancing. How about that?
Okay.
I mean, let's just get right into it. I know her from belly dancing. That's how we met. I mean, we actually didn't meet ever. We just seen each other for like 20 years dancing over there, over here. And then we finally talked to each other. Lucky he gets to toke while we're over here in Utah not toking. Jeez.
Sorry.
Okay.
It's yard work day, man. It's yard work day.
Belly dancing. I think I started belly dancing in 1999.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how did you, I mean, did you even know what it was? Did you see it on TV or how did you get into it?
I'd seen belly dancing and I thought it was beautiful. I loved it. So when I got divorced, I knew it was something my ex-husband would not approve of.
Where did you see it?
So,
Was he religious or?
no, he just wouldn't approve of it. Just, I don't know.
Some guys are like that.
If my wife wanted to get into belly dancing, man, I'm 100%, baby. Please, I want to see that. Please.
You guys were in Utah. She would be over here in Sandoval.
I don't know, dude. Shelly from Unmata tried to recruit her a couple times, and she didn't go to that. So I was like, okay.
Well, there are different styles. Those guys are really cool.
Amy from Unmata and Hot Pot Studios on here within the next couple of podcasts. So, right. And then we're also going to be here in the next 2 weeks. We're also going to have Daria from Tardigrade Inferno, the avant-garde St. Petersburg, Russia kind of fun circusy kind of band. So that should be interesting.
Okay, wow.
They're going to be,
Cool.
I sent her a message yesterday, and they're going to be Zooming with us from St. Petersburg, Russia. So.
Well, oh my gosh, I've got to write that down because I can't forget that.
Definitely not.
Remind me of that date.
They are like super fun people. Sometimes they start talking about stuff that doesn't even make sense, and you just kind of look at yourself and you go, wait, what? What'd that guy just say? And then you don't want you don't want to you don't want to keep going. What'd you say, man? What'd you say? I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Oh no. Yeah, that would be terrible.
Right.
You're like, that's right.
But all in all, they're really fun people. They kind of remind me of like talking to Rick and Morty. You know, have you ever watched the cartoon Rick and Morty?
I know what that is, but I really haven't seen it.
Yeah, these people, they kind of remind, it'd be like standing there talking to Rick and Morty. Oh. Right. Oh, and she also says that she's curious about belly dancing. So, you know, you might be able to sell her, and then she'll head to Salt Lake.
Cool. We'll be
And she looks like a wonderful girl.
Nice.
And the times
Very
that I've talked to
cool.
her, she's been nothing but nice. A little bit of broken English, but you know, all in all, she's super sweet girl. So that should be fun. So make sure you guys listen to their newest album. Their last
what is it? Tell us the name.
Well, their last release, the Execution's Fun off of that title album was just amazing. Mastermind, the new Tardigrade Inferno album, Mastermind. Oh my God! I guess I left my brain outside on my lawnmower today or something. I don't know, man.
I don't know about you, but this week has been crazy.
It's the stars and
Yeah.
well, the weather. Well, I was gonna say Tina was gonna dance for us, but she does not have fans, and she does not.
I hurt my foot.
Yeah, and she has her foot. But I already have some solo. I have solo shots of her, and I'm going to put that on our YouTube channel, which I'm going to have set up for this podcast, and we can watch some belly dancing from Tina there. You know, I did want to mention this gal here is belly dancing again. Thank you. With me, she's supporting our belly dance troupe, but after a stroke. So I thank you, Tina.
Thank you.
That's good stuff, right, Tony? I mean,
Oh, totally. And
You're the one that got me back into.
so I wanted to ask you guys, Last year, when Congress passed the new COVID relief plan, there was $15 billion set aside for it's called the Save the Stage Fund, and all these different performing arts, all the way from Broadway down to buskers in San Francisco, were able to get their hands on some of this money. So maybe your troupe might have money sitting there for you.
No, not this troop.
Oh, okay.
No, like we don't get any grants, and I'm not a teacher, and I'm not certified at anything. I'm more like just kind of like it's the belly dancing equivalent of like a motorcycle club, huh?
We collaborate together and build it together.
Maybe we do it a little more conservative because Jerry, my husband, and I had to put all of our money into our goddess gala that we had last year. I mean, we don't get any grants or money. We have to put hours in and wait for it to come back and promote it all ourselves and build it without any free money from whatever so like we have belly dance friends, they get their stuff paid for from that stuff we're talking about, those grants.
Right. So like here in Sacramento, we have this restaurant called Marrakesh, and it's a Moroccan place. They bring these giant trays of food out, and they're like, you eat with your hands and stuff like that. But on Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays, they actually hire belly dancers to come in and dance and walk around all the stages or all the tables and stuff while people are eating. And I was wondering if Salt Lake had something like that.
I used to do that.
Oh, did you really?
So she had, oh my gosh, I'm glad you brought that up. Well, my group Whirlwinds of Broglie had, we danced for 6 years at the Cafe Med every last Thursday of the month. And then I danced by myself at the Cedars of Lebanon for a few years. Nice. And at Cedars of Lebanon, we had other dancers that would come in, and I didn't know Tina at the time, but she danced there. And while she was dancing at the Cedars of Lebanon restaurant, she had her stroke at the restaurant during a dance.
Holy moly.
And, I said, yeah, I know.
Wow.
I was
crazy.
Tell us about that.
Honestly, I really don't remember because I started my dance and I blacked out. And then I woke up 2 days later.
Oh, geez.
In the hospital.
Even at my job, we get the announcement overhead. They'll say stroke alert, 10 minutes. And that usually means they're bringing a stroke victim in an ambulance. And and I'm actually worried about my dad with that as well because he has seizures a lot, and he has to take Dilantin for it. But I'm really afraid that he's gonna stroke one day.
Oh my God,
man! But
wow.
The scary thing is they say to look for the signs. I had no signs, and they're finding that more people are not having signs.
Wow, it's just coming on like that. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's even
well, she did not belly dance for how long after that?
6 years.
She did not belly dance for 6 years, and my Whirlwinds of Broglie finally just died. I mean, we had a lot of drama in that troupe, and I reinvented myself with the troupe as Send a Large. Had a couple of people come and try out, but I guess it just didn't work out. And I reached out to Tina because I saw her on Facebook a lot, just as I reached out to you, Tony.
I would, I'm big.
Sorry.
I'm not a big dancer. I've never really danced a whole lot, but except for mosh pits and slam dancing, if that counts. But
you're kidding me.
No, dude, but I would love.
Woo, I'll do that.
I would totally love to learn how to ballroom dance, so I could take my wife ballroom dancing or something. I just think that would be awesome. But God, who has the time to go to an Arthur Murray studio? I don't. But wow, look at we are at.
Oh, sorry, I was just asking how our time was.
Yeah, we're at 16 minutes, so I think we should probably get ready to call this. And
Okay.
we will probably, maybe, hopefully, have some more for you next week. Am I correct in my assessment?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Definitely.
All right.
All right. So I guess this is all right. So, you know what? This was our very first podcast. I'm going to launch this thing and we're going to just get to know each other throughout the year. Let's have fun.
Inaugural edition. Thank you. Wonderful. It's been a great show.
Thank you, Tony.
Oh, thank you guys. This is actually giving me something to do.
All right.
I'm like a hermit, you know. I don't go anywhere. I sit in here most of the time, or I'm at work. But yeah, you know, the one-off chance I got to go to the Bay Area to price some dumbass's record, who, you know, that. But but anyway, it's been great.
That sounds fun, actually.
Right. Looking forward to next Saturday.
All right.
Get some more good stuff out there.
Okay, yep, let's do it. We'll begin. I don't have an outski yet.
All right. Well,
she has though.
We are Tony, Shasha, and Tina. And we're gonna go. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and sign off. And hey, thanks for all the fit.
But I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Keep smiling through, just like you always do, till the blue skies drive the dark clouds far away. So will you please say hello to the folks that I know? Tell them I won't be long. They'll be happy to know that as you saw me go, I was singing this song.
Now a little clip to learn more about Tina B at her newly redesigned salon. She likes purple. Book your next hair appointment with Tina Beckstead at www.tinabeckstead.com, or you may call or text at 801-867-6105. Well, we're here at, look at this, my notes. I know where we're at. We're at the Salons. I come here all the time, and this is where you work, and her favorite color is purple. So
Yes, definitely.
And you will see that. But how long have you been doing this hair?
When I first started, this year is 31 years that I've been doing this. But when I first started, the term was a beauty operator, and that is
Beauty operator.
Yes, I hate that. I prefer, I'm okay with cosmetologist, stylist, colorist, anything like that. So I consider myself a cosmetologist, stylist.
That's the word I was looking for. And I was looking at my notes, and I'm like, I put salon stylist. I'm like, do they say stylist anymore?
Yes.
Like
Just
that.
don't call me a beauty operator.
I'm like a barber, a hair cutter, beauty operator. Never heard of that one. I'm picturing someone with some headphones and cables.
Well, it always makes me think of doing the little old lady's hair where you rat it really heavy and they've got the perfect bubble hairstyle.
Oh,
and
the helmet. The football helmet.
And I did do that a long time ago, but it's kind of
I haven't
drifted
seen that.
away from that.
Does anybody want that anymore? Do they do that?
The older ladies do.
They do.
But
My
some of
grandma's
them,
always
not
done
so much with rollers anymore. They do more of the blow dry curling iron. And they'll rat it up that way, so it's a little bit softer.
Yeah, I see that. Wow. I'm not
Honestly, I was about 3 or 4 years old, and I loved playing with my doll's hair. And so years ago, they had the Tony perms that you could buy at the grocery store with the funky rods that had the.
Are you
it was
serious?
a lever that would go into the plastic perm rod. And so my mom had some of those around, and so I would just style my doll's hair with those.
Wait, that was a home perm?
The Tonys, yeah.
You do your perm at home. I didn't know that.
I never did a perm at home, but
Oh.
people did do perms at home for a long time.
Probably why we have clip-ons today, huh?
Definitely, but I would use those rods and the papers, and I learned how to put those in the hair, and every week I would style my doll's hair, and then I'd fix it real pretty, and they'd sit on my bed for a week, and then I'd wash them and do it again the next week. And then when I was home with my mom, she'd fall asleep on the couch, and I would do her hair and put makeup on her and just make her beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and she'd wake up and be scared to death.
That's great. 31 years, but no one since you were 3 or 4. This
It
is
was the
definitely
only
your
thing that I
passion.
ever wanted to do, yeah.
Wow.
I thought about being a nurse.
I
And
like to help people and
yeah, and make people feel better and do what I can to help them. So the nursing kind of just went along with that. And I do have a lot of friends that we started beauty school at the same time that have left the industry and ended up becoming nurses. So I think it's just kind of one of those things that you kind of relate to it. But if you look back in history, barbers were also surgeons. So when it wasn't like you went to a surgeon to get fixed, you'd go to the barber.
well, that's
And
interesting.
they would be the ones doing your surgery because it was just, that's what they did.
I love that you just want to help. That's why you're still with me when I was like looking for anybody to join me to make Sunday Large happen after Whirlwinds, and I had a few come and go, but it didn't work out. But your kindness, you saw. You're like, this poor girl, she needs someone to dance with.
But you know what? I could see your vision, and I liked the vision that you had too. So
Thank you, because it's really hard for me to put my vision out there because I have a very low vocabulary. Thank God for my husband's always saving me on that because everything's kind of like thingy.
I can usually tell what you're talking about. Some things I don't catch on, but some of them
You're
it's
like,
just
"I'll come
I know
back
exactly.
later."
Yeah, I know where you're coming from with it. And
Thank
it's
you
like,
for
okay,
sticking it out with me because
of course.
I thought when I met you, I only knew you on Facebook, honestly, and that you were a belly dancer, and I've only seen you from afar at some events and never really even up close.
Yeah.
So when I was asking you, I'm like wondering if you still danced or not. I noticed you still had some belly dance pictures on there, and I was like, maybe she's still with the group. I don't know, but I'm going to throw it out there. And I didn't hear from you, but then I did because you said you had to think about it. But thanks for sticking us out. Let's make something
No
happen.
problem.
I figure let's have fun out here, and why not do something before we're too damn old to do anything at all, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Let's just have some fun with it. That's what I heard. I heard as soon as the podcasting becomes work and everything, then it's not fun anymore.
Yep.
Because I actually do have some work to, and this is just fun. And we always meet, so why not share the love? And actually, we came up with this idea to try and get someone join the troupe
We did.
until Tony came along, and now it's turning into something even bigger and better. I think we've got something growing here.
Hi, T. Quick question for you. Sorry to interrupt.
Well, please
Hey,
do.
do you think a 9N and a 9G will give her a nice beachy blonde?
9 and 9G, that's a blue, no. I would put a little purple in there too because 9N is a blue base, 9G is a green base, or yellowy green, because it's gold.
Okay.
So your blue and your yellow are going to be green. So on her brighter blonde tones, she might end up with a little bit of a green cast.
Okay. Don't
So
want that.
put a little bit of V in there with it, so you've got some purple to cut out some of that yellow.
a 9V with both of these.
Yeah,
How much do you think? Like a quarter?
a
or
quarter of each, and then I'd add a little bit of clear.
So a quarter of these ones too?
Yep.
Okay.
Unless do you want your blue to be your main tone, or do you want it to balance out a little bit more?
Well, I want her to be more balanced.
Then I would go with a quarter of each one, and then just add some clear.
How much clear?
You're doing 3/4, so maybe a half of clear.
Half clear to each of my quarters?
No, you're mixing it in all one formula, correct?
Right.
Okay, so you'd have 3/4 with your color, and then do a half with your clear. So you would have 1 ounce and 1/4
Of
and
total
then
product. And
of
then,
your
and
total
then
product, and then 1.5 ounces of processing.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me. Hi, I'm Shasha. I'm your friend. May I ask you what your name is?
Gary.
Gary. We're doing our first practice podcast. May I please use your voice on our, because this is really informative about this cosmetology thing.
Yeah,
This little conversation
you've been being
you had.
recorded just now.
Yeah.
Oh, just now.
Yeah,
Okay.
may
Oh,
I-
yeah.
may I
That's
use-
fine.
oh, thank you,
Absolutely.
because that just explains how complicated this really is.
I'm like, no, because once I know I'm recorded, I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
know
no,
what to
you're
say.
out. It's not that
But
bad.
yeah, if it's okay, yeah, no, that's good.
Sweet. Thank you, Gary. That was Gary.
That was Gary.
Thank you,
My
Gary.
partner in crime.
And you know what? I couldn't even explain it more. I was going to say, you know, how complicated is this job? Well, and his science. Shit, not science and
It is
surgery
science and chemistry and yes.
What is that? My therapist? 'Cause I'm always telling you my problems. One more question. And it's kind of a weird one that Andrew came up with today.
Uh-huh.
What is the very, very first memory you ever remember having? The tiniest.
The
very-
tiniest
I mean, like, what?
memory.
I think it was the redwoods.
Yours was the redwoods? That's a good memory.
It wasn't a real pleasant memory. I remember we lived in a trailer, and I woke up in the middle of the night and I could see a shadow walking towards me, and there was no one there. But I remember being in a crib, so I was standing up and I could see this. And to me, I don't know if it was a bad presence or if it was a good presence, but I remember being scared of it.
Wow.
So, and it was a man and a dog. Yeah, I think it was more of a spirit of some sort. I don't know why that spirit would have been there. And because I was young, I figured that's why I was scared of it, because it was dark.
Yeah. And they say when you're younger, you're very sensitive to
Yeah.
energies and like
So
kids see ghosts. And
right.
Thank you, Tina. I know you can get Andrew's hair done, but I'm going to continue your podcast because we're going to learn more about you and me and Tony throughout all of our podcasts. But on our next one, we're going to practice our new thing. If you would like maybe do us a performance with your feathers
Ooh, that
or
was
something.
fun.
You know me, I've got the lights, I've got the stage.